Jev, we are back for the round 700k multi as always. We try and turn $10 into 100 grand betting on the footy. Jev, it's an awesome app.
Oh, you bring back stock market, Das, and Morgs has an announcement for any local footballer out there that you cannot miss.
It is going to be awesome. Make sure you hang around for the ramble. It's as funny as ever. You guys know where to find us.
At 100k Sports, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Instagram. Like, subscribe, send to someone that you've never sent to before. Bash.
Bash. Welcome back to the pod that's more cooked than a Sunday roast, where our multis die young and our takes are like burnt toast. Boddy's back. He's the best in the league, no debate. While North and West Coast should be playing in the twos at this rate. Our tips are trash, but we're fizzier than a Coca-Cola. Well, at least we don't have a 10 p.m. curfew like Noah Bolter. Nice. With a full slate of games, we'll be anchoring the Sunday ticket, where we'll be backing the Hawks Malls to have a game like Cozzy Pickett. Welcome back to the 100k Footy Show, where every week we get our best bets together. We put a school, hard, crisp $10 on it in pursuit to try and win $100,000. Boys, this season we're officially powered by PointsBet all season. Jeff, good to be back.
Oh, fantastic introduction as always, Das. Why does Dr. Pepper come in a can?
What's that?
Because his wife died.
That is fantastic, Jeff. That is
a lot on tonight.
Is that recycled? Is that recycled?
Who knows?
Now, boys, a very big welcome to the captain of the ship, the Red Baron, the Red Rifle, Long Dong Silver, Captain Carrots, Jeff. The Crimson Comet, the Red Stone, the Devil's Mop, the Baghdad Red Light, and now the 17-time undisputed WWE champion, ladies and gentlemen, Luke Morgan.
What do you guys think of this John Cena gag?
We've done some shit gags in the past, and this might be right up there, but the YouTube thumbnail is worth it. Here to ruin wrestling. Das, thanks for having me. I'm not going to say it yet, but I've decided in the theme of winning the 17th, I've got a huge announcement tonight.
A huge announcement?
So do the rest of what you got to do, and I've got big news.
Let's go.
When's it coming? Do we know?
I reckon like 4 minutes away.
Beautiful. So for those that don't know, we go through three sections. We got the start, we got the middle where the multi's on, then we have the ramble at the end. And boys, I have something big for the ramble. Heard Jev's got something big for the ramble.
I've got something huge for the ramble.
I've got something massive for the ramble, so make sure we hang around. But
my ramble shtick is nearly unmissable.
Wow.
We've gone from unlistenable to unmissable.
Unmissable.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Hang around. So let's review last week's multi, boys. 13 out of 22 legs, hovering around 69% as always. Good legs, stiff legs. Jev, what stiff legs do we have?
Josh Tracy to kick two.
That's
stiff leg of the whole multi, and he kicked 1-1.
The multi was done before it was on.
He got a bath by Tom McDonald. He kicked one. We do know in the Pizza Hut phone number there's 131166. He kicked the one.
Yep.
So there might be followed by another one. Then we're back to 6. So Josh Tracy one. Sam Darcy for 2. That's stiff.
Yeah.
Did his knee in the first
that's
quarter.
not on you. Yep.
And then Connor O'Sullivan 15. The kid only had 9. So
Really?
he was good, but he only had 9 touches.
Wow.
So a bit stiff.
I think he had 18 the week
Monday
before.
game.
Yeah.
Just didn't need him.
There's a lot of like tap-ons and stuff, but
Tough game.
Yeah.
Stiff legs. Mason Wood came off about like a Michael Bevan innings, like 2, 3, 6, 4, 2.
Duck.
And he probably, that's okay.
Yeah.
He's leading the Coleman basically, and he's had a week off.
100%.
And then Chad for 1. Just the Swans at home. It's like, it's average to watch, Jev.
They were
So
cheeks.
bad.
And that's on me.
Fogg for 2. Did his shoulder,
Yeah,
did his
that's
arm.
stiff.
That was stiff. That was a betting graveyard, that game.
Yeah.
It was.
Tex was the only person to kick multiple goals. It was a betting graveyard. Jed Walter for 2. Jed, we love you. We love the Colgate smile, but you at the Igloo, there's something about
looks cold.
It must be too cold. And Flanders was on a 36 game, 20 disposal win rate. He went under. He went missing. The Tigers just touched him up, and that was a stiff leg. That was actually a bad leg.
Can I say on that, that's one, like I said last week, that you just want to be on that. So
Yeah.
when the 36 streak ends, we want to say we lost. And I'm happy to say we lost.
Thank God it didn't cost 100 grand.
Thank God it didn't, because Tracy did. And good legs, Jed.
Matt Rao for 25. I said he'd give the Tigers pre-skidded jocks, and it
Yeah.
looks like the Tigers actually gave him. They were tough. The
Layla
Tigers
gave him a pair of his.
Isaac Heaney anytime. He's starting to look good again. Ben Long for 2, one of the best small forwards in the comp. Just ask Joey Montagna.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Bailey Smith for 25 I can't wait for a segment we got coming up because he's right on Brownlow. Watch Lewis.
Is he really? Holy shit. Will Graham, that was just FX's for 1. Tex for
Punisher.
2. The Adelaide dad, he's just aging like J-Lo, that bloke. Riley Sanders for 1. That was probably better the round.
Better the round.
That was what, $1.95? I think
$2.
he
It was
probably
$2.
could have kicked 2.
You've seen the board.
And then Danger 2 and 15 club.
Another better the round.
He is a star.
I think it's Pyramid Week next week.
Yes,
there
it
is a
is.
spot for Danger on my pyramid, guaranteed.
He's not on it, is
100%.
there?
He's not on it,
Yes.
and he has to be.
100, one of the
Has
most
to be.
damaging players in
He
the AFL.
is on fire.
Another one, Bailey Smith, potentially.
Yeah.
Yep, 100%.
It might be Jez out for those two to
Ooh,
come in.
yeah.
Why not? Boys, Tom Atkins for 20 tough touches.
Yeah.
He's so tough. I
a
think he
good
had
bet.
24. He's just a good player. The Wiz for 2, George Yardy's for 2, and Jack Higgins, the Butcher's dog, for 2.
Yep.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah.
His start to the year,
He's in some
I think
form.
2, 3, 4, 3, 2.
He's kicked like 15 goals.
2.
for the year.
It's unbelievable. So, Morgs, I believe you teased it before. You've got a massive announcement.
I do.
You've been teasing it for 4 minutes now.
Would love to check in on the funniness of this gag, if we could.
Is that the
No,
announcement?
no, that's
this
good.
is still funny.
Okay.
This is working.
I've had a think, and I've wanted to do this for a couple of years now, Das. And if you've been listening to the show for a while, you might have heard me tease it. But what I've thought about some old footy segments. There's not a lot of good footy media on that isn't just opinions anymore. Remember,
Yeah.
like you think back to the footy show. Sunday footy show is still pretty good. Before the game was awesome.
Fantastic. Tool of the
Right.
week.
I started to see on the weekend some blokes, they were sending each other some clips of their local footy clips, right? And a lot of people were giving them shit thinking like watching themselves play local footy, but I fucking loved it
Yes.
because there's that much footy, so many Amos games, so many, SFL games.
Country
Local footy is awesome.
So much of
Country
it
footy's
gets
awesome.
filmed, and it's
Yeah.
about time we started bringing it back. So we had the Golden Fist for a little bit. That was celebrating the fist. I'm bringing back almost football legends.
Wow.
Like, no copy. I don't even care. I'm doing it exactly how the footy show did it. I'm using the same stinger, the same like almost football legends. All right, we're going to call it definitely football legends.
Okay.
We're going
Definitely,
to scratch it because I think if you can take a hanger in the local league, you're a legend to me. Okay. So what we're going to do is
I'm liking this.
I'm going to give away. This is going to thanks to 4 and 20, Das. They're going to
4 and 20 jumped on board.
Thanks to 4 and 20, we are bringing back almost footy legends. Definitely footy legends. DFL. Want you to send in your footy clip, whether it's taking a hanger. It might be just a little good chisel.
Snag from the boundary.
45 inboard, like a sizzler.
just-
like if it's a
A
good
run-down tackle like liver.
Yeah.
If it's a
Yes.
good highlight, we are going to give away every week. You're going to get a fan voted, just like it was AFL.
Yep, put on the story.
Not live in the studio like they would on the footy show, but it's going to be on the story. Absolutely. We want to bring this back. We want to like glorify blokes loving their own highlights in
Yeah.
the local levels. We're going to give away a year's supply of 4 and 20s.
Oh.
Wow.
Now that equates to, I'm going to say, about 24 pies at the G.
All right, that's what we'll work it into.
About $100.
All right.
Aren't prize $2 at the G?
$2.
Or at Marvel?
No, that's at Marvel on a Sunday. If you
Yeah, for the kids game.
Yeah, if you get 2 on a Sunday,
about
good luck to you.
$6.50.
Basically, I'm just going to give you a greenback, $100.
$100.
Give you $100
Nice.
Every week or the winner of the year?
every week. I'm going to give you a greenback.
We're giving away $100
every
every
week.
week.
Our favourite local footy highlight or voted on our Insta story?
Voted on, so I'll have the 3. And then I'll vote throughout the week, and I'll announce it on next week's show who won, who
This
got
is
the
awesome.
greenback.
Yeah.
and we're
And you
bringing
win a
it back.
greenback.
A green. It's a year supply of 4 and 20.
It's a
dog.
year supply.
You
of
have to
4 and
spend
20.
it on 4 and 20 pies through your points.
It's a
account.
year supply
Yeah.
of pies.
Buy Nano Superback if you want.
Go get a couple of margaritas, whatever you want.
Honestly, whatever you want. But I'm pumped.
awesome.
I'm pumped
Year
about
supply
this.
of
So
pies.
start sending them in. We'll get this on the Instagram. But as I said, we're not even hiding the fact that we're not copying the footy show. We are just bringing it all
Well,
the
yeah,
way
'cause
back.
we just miss it.
Well, the
I
footy
miss
show's
it.
gone. Exactly right. And I might even bring back Tool of the Week next week.
Wow.
We'll see. Maybe not that.
Fun fact, we were actually part of a winning Almost
That's
Football
right, we
Legends
were
as well. So Bailey Dillon sat behind the goals.
Yep.
Someone kicked the goals and
goes the ball in the road.
yep. So he grabbed it on the
Won the
bike.
car.
I'll crowbar that in if I can find one.
And we were there.
Oh, yeah, we're bringing it back. Definitely football legends.
That is
Definitely
so good.
football. Let's go, Lewis.
Also, if you know that your mate's probably not going to win and you want to stitch up a mate if they get run down or they
100%.
kick it in the man on the mark and they kick a goal the other way, send that in as well.
Send it through. And I'll give away some prizes even if you just make it on the
Yeah.
show.
I don't know who I'm talking to here. You know, maybe Stenny or whatever. Only one highlight a week because he'll send all 24 touches he has, little kickouts. Kickouts don't count. It's got to be
Yep.
something good in your game. I love it. I love local footy so much. So I'm
So
keen.
good.
And someone kicks their 10th.
Yeah,
I
100%.
didn't see the other night. If it's their 10th and everyone gets something about for 10, 10's awesome.
But it has to be from this year. You can't dig up old
Definitely,
tape.
definitely.
It has to be
this year.
Yeah, from this year. So we want to say that loud and
So
clear.
take a hanger, kick a snag.
Definitely
Get on the
Football
show.
Legends
someone
is
down.
back. This is going to be awesome,
go.
boys. All right. I'm ready to bring back a segment, Morgs. I've been waiting for a long time.
Yes.
Ring the damn bell, boys.
Thank God, in the truck, please.
Bing, 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 bing.
Here we go. So we're bringing back the stock market. So for anyone that doesn't know, luckily enough, the guys at PointsBet and the guys at StatMate, they're able to dig back in. I used to have to screenshot,
Yep.
but luckily enough that the guys back in the truck can actually give me the stats. So we're going to have a look at the odds of players from where they were at the start of the year,
Yep.
and we're going to look at the best players who have now come in and what their price points are.
Quarter of the way
Love
of the
this.
season.
So we're going to start with the Coleman medal. There's only a few for each. So Ben King started at 13. He's into 6.
Nice.
So you'd be happy if you're a Ben King better.
Yeah, definitely.
Fogarty was 31 into 11. We're not sure how many he's going to miss.
Yep.
Jack Higgins was 201. He's into 151. So
That's good movement.
yeah, it's good movement.
It's-
Waterman was 101 into 34. Josh Treacy was into 13 into 7. And Thilthorpe, Jev, your man, 21 into 11. So
Nice.
so there is some movement.
Can I just confirm? Jake Waterman was 101 to win the Coleman.
Yeah.
Was that not better the summer?
Nah, probably when he did his car.
Yeah, he missed the first few games.
Still, I'd love a piece of that greenback.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
true.
For the Rising Star, Connor O'Sullivan, Jev, your man, 81 into 550.
That's so
Oh,
good.
Jesus.
Jeez, he can play.
Sam Laylos, 17 into 5s. I
When did he
think
go into 17?
they started because I think he went out and then they thought Ashcroft was going to just
Yeah,
dominate.
yeah,
They
he
thought
did.
Jagger was going to dominate.
Fair enough.
Finn O'Sullivan. Murphy Reid, 34 into 7s.
Yeah, nice.
And
Yeah,
now,
deserved.
now we got the big ones. The Brownlow medal. So we had Isaac Rankin. If you got on him at the 30th of September, you could have got him at $101.
That's what I think David King's got him at.
Into 41. Zach Merritt, 41, we said a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Now into 15. Zach Butters, when he obviously missed the first bit of the season, 81 into 41. Tom Green, 51 into 17.
Ooh, that's good.
Matt Rao, 34 into 8.
Yep.
Jordan Dawson, 34 into 15. And Bontempelli, Jev, actually went out.
Yeah, you've
I know
talked
we
about
said $80. No, on the 28th of Feb, you could have got Bont at $101. Currently still at a fantastic price at $31.
Yeah, I
81 last weekend as well.
$31, boys.
You never, ever, ever get the best player in the comp at 81 to 1 to win the Brownlow again.
can I clarify what was Jordan Dawson?
He was 34, now into 15.
I don't mind that 15
like that
either. That
15?
David King theory. I can get him at 7 and then just leave it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cash out.
Yeah.
But Bont's still now a good
pizza.
price at $31, boys.
No, that's
100%.
huge.
Is there anyone else that jumps out? Obviously, we all probably didn't have another nibble at it, but Zach Merritt at 41 was probably the one to have a jump
sure.
at. He's had a really good first half of the year. It still feels like, though, Nick Dacos is getting
It's
3s and
Dacos versus the
2s.
field, isn't it?
It is at the moment. It is at
Who
the
would you
moment.
take, Dacos or the field? I'll always take the field. You're an injury away from the
Or a
Yeah, I
suspension.
agree.
Or
I
his
watched Isaac
suspension.
Heaney last year. He was $1.80.
Oh,
He
I'm-
got suspended.
I'm sorry, looking at this board, Bont is the only one that screams out.
Yes.
Bont is the one at 31 to 1.
Yep, I agree.
So I love that segment, Das.
Thank you.
Any
Please
others?
bring
No,
that
that's
back.
it.
Is there a chance that Butters has got votes the last 2 games?
Yeah, there is.
Still
Definitely a chance.
still at $41.
I just don't trust Port.
No, me neither. But you can still have a good season
Oh,
and
you
not
gotta
make
have
the
a look.
finals. All right, boys, that was it. The stock market's
Hey, well
back.
done,
We
Dust.
have definitely football legends back. All right, coming up next, we have the round 7 100K multi with plenty of gags, plenty of insight. We'll be right back. The Sunday Roast is back for season 2025, Jev.
Oh, the show where we celebrate the winners and roast the losers.
You can find us every Sunday night after the Bachelor's game where we get on, and Jev, it's one hell of a show.
We give you the best odds and the best opinions, but the best odds are the bet you weren't on, but wish you were on.
It is out 6 a.m. every single Monday morning after the round concludes.
Listen to it driving to work Monday morning. You'll absolutely love it. The Sunday Roast.
Let's go. Hi, boys. We're back after that awesome stinger, Lou. We've been
Still champ.
still champ.
Still funny.
He's champ. You're still going to be ruining multis all week long.
Middle
So
order wrestling.
why not? Let's get into it, boys. The round 7 100K multi kicks off St Kilda and Brisbane. Jev, kick us off.
So as usual, we go into the wallet. $3 each. Give me $3. I'll put in the $4. I'm a good bloke.
You're a
I got
good man.
$2. We put $10 in our points bet account to win $100,000.
We're going to clean them out.
Yeah.
We're gonna get him one day. We're gonna get him. Starting to kill to Brisbane. No legs from me. Lewis.
Shouldered arms.
Shouldered arms.
I love it.
Lewis, anything?
Das, if you don't mind.
Pack your bags, pack your clothes. We're gonna get a double Bondi. We're gonna get a turkey. Give me the airport luggage. Go.
Human luggage.
Yeah.
The only 3 blokes that eat a Porto.
He got into that.
Human luggage 20 plus at $1.10. So
Yes.
as I've said it all year. What is it? Green ticks for weak pricks.
Yes.
Happy to be a weak prick on the early game. We just want to be alive on the Sunday. We've got some fucking juicy legs in the Sunday
Juicy
game.
legs,
So we just get the ticks early. So talk about some form. The old Hugh McDamage, as Kingy calls him. When do our friends at StatMate for some intel? 100% on his last 20 games for 20 plus, averaging 24.7 through that Baker's 19.
Hugh
So
McDamage.
that's a good stretch. He loves the Saints more than Eric Banner, old Hugh Galele.
Does he?
He plays the Mighty Ross Lions twice last year. He had 28-1, 26-2.
There you go.
That's 2 big
I
games.
think that's the one. And I just wanted just a minor update on the Mason Wood versus Jake Stringer rivalry that I'm beginning. So I've had a look at the odds. Mason Wood anytime, $1.35 this week. Now, admittedly, had a week off last week. Probably should have kicked one, didn't. after nearly leaving the Coleman, though, I'm going to give him that week off, as I
that's
said.
fair.
What do you think Jake Stringer pays for at any time? So Mason Wood $1.35. Jake Stringer, what does he pay?
Against his old mob, he should be $1.50.
Yeah, $1.28.
$1.15.
Oh.
It's damn right wrong.
That is
and
wrong.
I want you to start sending me in. If you see an odd during the weekend that you think is just damn right wrong, usually you'd send it to us and say, lads.
Like a head-to-head.
Yeah, if you say, lads, get on this. Well, obviously, we love that. Yeah. But tell us what's wrong because I'm starting to get a line of inquiry with the traders at PointsBet. I know we talk a lot of shit, but I'm actually trying to get this done. And I want to start sending in some odds that are just damn right wrong and ask why Mason Wood is so heavily disrespected.
How many weeks until we get him in front? Let's say 3. If he's not in front by 3 weeks,
well, it's going to
we
take.
load up.
We do need a better form line from Mason.
What will happen first? Mason Wood will be in front of Jake String in the odds, or
Yep.
Jake String will be in the 2s?
Oh, that's a fucking
I think
great line.
I think that's the only way. It's good. It's
Unfortunately,
gonna happen
the
at same
traders
time.
just must love Stringer for some
Yeah.
reason.
Or
But yeah,
people just
send
bet
in
on him.
your
He
odds
bets on
that are
himself.
wrong.
Yeah.
Disrespectful odds, send them in. Definitely.
Boys, it's a great start. We've got Human Cluggage, one out in the first
Get
game.
us through it with a tick.
Yeah, I love it.
Go to Brisbane.
We're away.
Let's go.
All right, so boys, then we get into the next game. Port Adelaide, North Melbourne. North have looked absolutely cheeks. This segment brought to you by Dude Wipes because they are full of it. Jev?
How's the size of this bloke? This bloke's built like your family's Greek order.
Wow.
3 Suva plates, 2 Suvalakis, and a HSP. I'm taking George Michiadis for 2 mixed Suvas. Served straight on Aiden Corr's platter.
Yeah.
If that little turd in the helmet gets in the hole, he's getting HSP straight to the back of the helmet. Little
HSP.
Caleb Daniel. He's kicked 15 goals his last 5 games, George Michiadis. He's kicked 13 in his last 4 at Adelaide Oval.
Unbelievable.
2 is a goddamn lock for
Yep.
Port's #1 brick shithouse.
Yep.
Mitch Georgiadis, 2 goals, $1.30.
Well done, Jev.
Don't let the little turd in the helmet go back in the helmet.
No. That's awesome. Morgs, anything?
Yeah, I do have a bit.
A bit.
The without doubt All-Australian small pocket. The man they call Paul.
Paul.
Better call Paul.
Better call Paul.
Paul Blart, Paul Cop.
Nice.
A small forward, but a big problem. I'm, of course, talking about Paul Curtis.
Nice.
Quickly becoming North's most consistent goal kicker this year. His
sure
form
he is.
line is like Jev's last 6 weeks at Betty's Burgers.
Jesus.
3.
What?
2.
What?
2.
What?
2.
What?
3.
What?
And another 3.
It's the Nuggets.
It's unbelievable.
It's the Nuggets.
By half time, too.
We've had him for a couple of weeks just for 2. And to be fair, he's kicked the 2. But North Warriors. North scare us a bit. Just taking him for 1. Again, weak pricks or green ticks
ticks
for
for
weak
weak
pricks. Happy to be a weak prick on this one. $1.10.
But he's not a weak prick.
Of course not. I'm the weak prick here.
Just one.
$1.10. Take
We're putting him in.
10% on my money.
Boys, this bloke's going to touch it more than I do on school holidays. Horny by name, horny by nature. This bloke touches it more than a dodgy masseuse. You don't tag this bloke, you wine and dine him. This bloke treats stoppages like speed dating. Give me Jason Horny Francis to raw dog the stat sheet with 20 plus disposals at $1.25. Last year against North, boys, he had 24 and his last 4 weeks, 22, 28, 29 and 20. Boys, Jason Horne-Francis is an absolute lock against his old mob.
Yep.
You can just tell this is a type of game where he just goes in and just rips in. I just saw what George Hewitt did. I just saw what so many of our mids, they could actually take a step back. And I guarantee that Jason Horne-Francis, the horny one, is going to grab this game by the scruff of the neck and absolutely raw dog it. So 20 disposals, boys, $1.25. Big game for him at home. Absolutely love it.
Feels like a 22-3 game from him.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
he'll really punish
I
him.
couldn't agree more. Like, I love that. What it does scare me, though, a bit about you in the school holidays, you're not a student nor a teacher.
No.
So it's just, it's...
You're supposed to be at work.
Yeah, I am at work, but when I get home, I make up for
Smart.
when it is school holiday.
Of course.
So, Jeff, anything else?
No,
in this one?
nothing with me.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing. Boys, let's move on to the next game, which is the Saturday night game. This is a classic.
A banger.
When we look at like Geelong Hawthorn, that's a rivalry from this decade.
Yep.
GWS Bulldogs, they actually do have a rivalry.
Yep.
And they love playing down at Manuka.
Yes.
They absolutely love it. Jeff, who do you like in this one?
The man they call Chook.
What?
Not because he's Darcy's dad. No. Not because he can absolutely knuckle a zinger box like the rest of us. No.
Wow.
Not because he invested in a charcoal chicken out in Horsham. No. But, well, I actually don't know why they call him Chook. Apparently it's from his junior football days for no other reason than Chook is a banger of a nickname. So give me Josh Chook Kelly for 20 touches.
Nice.
Work.
So he only had 17 on the weekend against the Crows. Not great.
Yeah.
Not great. Well, that was the first time he's had under 20 in 10 games.
kidding.
What about against the Dogs? Oh, I don't know. He hasn't had 20. He hasn't had under 20 in 4 games. He averages 30 against the Dogs.
Fucking hell.
What about at Canberra, you ask?
Wow.
Has 20 every goddamn time he steps on the venue. 5 times in a row with a 41 and a 34 in there. He's had 20 touches. We always say you're hot or you're due.
Yep.
Well, Cully's 17 last week was his due.
Yep.
He was
Yes,
due to miss.
yes.
Now it's time to turn hot again. Everyone else, this man is hot. Josh Kelly, 20 touches, $1.17, green tick.
Nice.
I absolutely adore as well that we weren't on the due.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
we
didn't
missed
bet,
the due.
Now we
It was
cash.
like Mason Wood anytime last
Awesome.
week. You missed the due.
And Cali 20's gone in the rolling.
It got in the rolling.
So well done. This is just smart. I'm just simplifying things.
Here we
Stars. Bont for 20 plus.
Yep.
At $1.17.
Jesus
That's
is
so
back.
good.
Bont for 20 over Stringer for 1.
Yes.
Is what we get. Like it's just
When
unbelievably
you say it like that.
Arguably the best player in the comp is back. 30-2 he had against the Mighties. This
three
man
quarters.
loves Canberra. He loves playing the Giants in Canberra too. He's Canberra's version of Footy Park's Matt Primus.
Now that is so well worked. I had to piece it together, but it worked.
And then I read he's like Gandalf in Australia's capital.
Yep.
I don't know if that's as well worked.
That's good.
The last 2 times he's played the Giants, he's had 26 and 32. We only need him for 20, and he himself is so back in the Brownlow race, as we've already talked about. I wrote it down here, 31-1. He was 81, I think. And well, you said he was he wasn't 101, was it?
101.
His calf.
Fucking believable.
28th of Feb.
The fact that we missed that, so that's definitely on watch. Old Bont, 20 plus, $1.17. And back in the pyramid too.
That's fantastic, boys. Lewis, this week we're going to be eating well because I've got a leg marinated and it's ready to go, boys. This bloke isn't an outside mid. He's outside Aldi selling 20 plus organic bananas. That's where he is. Give me the hand-picked, foot-kicked, stat-stuffed, crispier than a Granny Smith, the local produce, Finn Callahan,
Yes.
for 20 touches at $1.17. I don't even have to give you some backup on this. This is just Finn Callahan's season. This is his season. It's a breakout season for him. 20 touches, does it in his sleep.
Does it in his
Does it in his sleep. We
Finn
love
20
him.
or Jake Stringer goal.
Oh, fuck me.
What would you rather?
What do you reckon?
Jeb, anything else in this one?
Yeah, give me the GOAT. The baddest man walking the planet.
What?
No one loves playing the Dogs more than Toby fucking Green.
Nope.
He's played them 7 times since 2019. He's kicked 26 goals in those 7 games. Basically averages 4 a game against them. Never kicked under 2 against them.
Fucking hell, that's good.
Never. There's a bag of 7 in there. Bro's kicking 2. He also loves it in Canberra. Kicked 10 goals his last 4 games there.
Brother.
He just kicks sausages. GWS aren't losing 2 in a row, and Tobes isn't having 2 quiet ones in a row.
shit, no.
Toby Green, 2 goals, $1.45.
Oh, yeah.
Loves Canberra. Saturday night, they're not losing 2 in a row. Give me Tobes.
That's awesome.
And it's gone in too. $1.45 got me.
What's it going in?
Tobes too.
No, what's it
Rolling
going
multi.
in? It's the rolling multi.
You know, the Giants, they're like politicians. They love Canberra that much.
Yeah.
Second leg, some sus jokes here, but we'll have a crack.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Give me old Oven Mitts McGlovin.
McMuffin Mitts.
Peter Hanscom.
Yep.
Mitts McGovern. Mitt Hill.
That's good.
This one's
Oh, this is good.
This is good. Come on.
do. I'm gloving it. I want her to do. Give me Jesse Hogan for 3 plus at $1.94. He's had the rest last week to
Shit.
freshen up. He probably could have gone, I reckon. I reckon he could have played, but we freshened him up. And I like it. Last year he played there, he kicked 5 against the Hawks. Have a listen to his last 5 home games. 4, 5, 6, 5, 9.
That's so
That sounds like Jeff's dim sim count. He's home against the Dogs in a huge game. We have to take
That's
big buckets,
so many
Coleman. The
fucking
value is too
snags.
good. $1.94 for 3 plus. It is unbelievable that's just a must take.
I cannot wait for the edit of just him clunking it. With a ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm gloving That is some of your best
Oh,
work.
Jesus Christ.
That was so
Thanks for
good.
having me.
All right, boys, that gets us through the end of the Saturday slate. Now it's time for the most lucrative segment in all of sports. Gold Rush. This is the best bets we
Gold
weren't on,
shoulders.
but we wish we were. So for anyone that doesn't know, we're able, thanks to StatMate, they go back and give us the best price points from the week before. Boys, I'm going to kick us off with the 20 disposal markets. Harry Morrison had 20, was paying $2.90. Lockie Weller, Morgs, $4. Sam Taylor had 20 touches at $4.25. Sam Wicks had 20 touches at $5. And Elijah Hewitt, Jeb, we spoke about this on the Rose, $8.50 for 20 touches as a midfielder, which is awesome.
I've got 25 touches here. Connor Iden was $5.50. Lockie Bramble and Eggs was $5.50.
Nice.
Brody Grundy was $5.50.
Nice.
Max Gorn was $7. And Nick Vlosten was $8.
That's fantastic.
That's probably a good bet.
That's
the
a
form
good
he's
bet.
in.
Jed Walter got
great bet.
Boston on the weekend.
Yeah, he did. Yes.
Bont return, $5 for 30 plus touches. I'm in. Josh Dacos for 5. Matt Roberts, me, 30 plus at $6. That's probably fair enough. Riley Sanders at $10. Who would have thought? And then Bailey Williams. Who would have bet on Bailey Williams for 30?
Not even his family would have bet on him.
$19 he
For
was.
35, does it every week. Tom Green was $2.70. Lockie Whitfield was $3.50. Nick Dacos was $4. And Tim Taranto was $8.50.
Oh,
he had an
yes.
awesome game.
Yeah, nice.
I've got 1 goal, just one snag.
One
here.
sausage.
Love
Willem
this.
Drew was $4.
Yep.
Jason Johannesson was $4. Trent Rivers was $4.50. Jaden Shaw was $6. And Max Michaelaney on Toby Green was $8.
Wow.
So he beat him and kicked a snag on him.
His first ever goal, 51st game.
On Tobes.
Would love to know some stats on that. Like, probably $4 is fair. Like Joe Hannison, he's probably giving one a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So I've done the work. 2 plus, my favourite. Matt Kennedy kicked 2 at $8. That's a good bet. He's in good form.
Does every week, Jeff.
Elijah Hewitt kicked 2 at 13. That might be one to watch this week. Harvey Langford 2 at $13. Sean Darcy for 2 at 15. And then Big O, Oscar McInerney, $17 for 2. It's a great bet.
That's a wallet filler. For 3 goals, boys, Riley West was $6. Zach Williams kicked 4, but for 3 you can get $6.50. Will White, the young man from Carlton.
Yeah, Whitey.
$10. Sean Manor was $12, and then Jack Williams was $23 from the West Coast Eagles.
I've got 4 goals here. Charlie Curnow, just $2.40. That's short for 4. Jake Warden, Mudflap, $5.50. Peter Wright for 4 of his 6 was $6. Cozzy Pickett for 4 of his 5 was $14. And Zach Williams bagging $17.
That is awesome.
Peter Wright, we'll hear him again, but for 5, he was 15. And Big Cos Pickett, we spoke about this on the roast, 5 plus at 51 to 1. Just a
That would have
demolition
been
job
nice.
from
And
Cos.
boys, the 7-seater. Arse eaten.
Chicken fajita.
Sizzling fajita. Arse eaten mojito. Peter Wright, boys, for 6 snags, $6.
Interesting. Just the Eagle tax.
It was $67.
I forgot the 7.
Gonna say.
67.
The old Eagle tax.
That's the work. That's the work, boys. It was 67.
Was it certain? That's a ripper.
And that is the most lucrative segment in all of sports.
If you had
Gold Rush.
If you had Peter Wright 6 into Cozzy 5, that would have been 3,000 to 1. Jeez, that would have been nice.
we probably should have.
We probably
Off the top of your head, coming into next week, if we can have 2 players to kick 5, who are you taking?
I like Oscar McInerney to kick 3. He'd be about $40.
Yep.
I just really kicks him.
I don't.
You take whoever kicks
Ollie
one.
Dempsey might
Jason
kick-
Joe Addison 2.
I'll have Bailey Williams for another 30.
Ollie Dempsey might kick 3 against
Yeah,
us. He
great
always
call.
pays a
Back
bit.
to back 30
All right, boys,
piece.
let's get into the Sunday slate. Gold Coast, Sydney. Jev, how tight is your asshole watching this game?
Oh.
You guys need to win this game. You
Go
guys
on.
need to get up, get over the top of them. Gold Coast, Sydney. Jev, who do you like?
My arsehole will fall off if I see Tom McCartan play full forward.
It'll fall off.
It'll fall off. Give me Ben Long for 2 at $1.85.
You love him.
Arguably the best small forward in the comp. Only Jack Higgins and Paul Curtis have kicked more goals than him as a small forward. 13 for the year, 3-3 in 2 his last 3 weeks. I watched the Swans try and stop Willie Rioli for 2 hours on the weekend and they couldn't. So I'm taking Ben Long, Gold Coast best small forward for 2, $1.85. Lou.
Now, this is probably the first time we've done this, but I just thought ChatGPT. It's big now, Darcy.
Also, still champ, by the way.
Still champ. Still funny. AI, it's big. And I thought, Matt Roberts, now obviously we sort of come up with our own pretty shit gags because no AI could come up with some of the stuff we've come up with. But full disclosure, this is AI.
All right.
I just put in nicknames for Matt Roberts.
Yep.
That's going to be for Matt Roberts. Robbo Rocket, not
Yeah,
a bad
not
start.
bad.
Matty Runts.
Nice.
The Red Zone Roberts.
The Red Zone.
Stat Matt.
Yeah, nice.
Matt the Mitts Roberts.
Love it.
And then my personal favourite, Robbo the Ripper.
Robbo the Ripper.
Remember the grinder.
AI's
Black.
getting better and better. Been pretty good at getting the pill. 30, 24, 20, 25 his last 4. 23 against the Suns last year. He does turn it over a little bit though, as a worry, but still a touch.
They all do.
We all do.
That's how you get more of it.
Exactly. As long as you
Turn it
play
over.
on, I don't care what you do with it. So $1.20 for 20 at Martin Roberts.
That's just a green tick.
Yeah, I think
It was so crazy watching Port Adelaide, Sydney on the weekend. You just had Drew and then you had Roberts, and it just looked like so much like you. It was unbelievable. Boys, let's get on to the Sunday Arvo slate.
Please.
Carlton, Geelong. This is a monster game. MCG, we're still deciding whether we go or not. It's going to be awesome either way. 3:20, you lock in. We've got 2 more games to go. Jev, is there anyone that you like in this match?
He milks the cows,
Yep.
shears the sheep,
Yep.
catches
The
the fish,
fish, and
farms the farm, and kicks
the
the
goals.
goddamn goals against the Blues.
Yep.
Jeremy Cameron loves kicking snags against the Blues.
On who?
I went to Statmate to see what he's done to the Blues the last 4 times they've played, and it's Noah Bolter territories.
Oh, no.
It's assault.
Jesus.
lucky it's deep in the show.
The Blues are going to ask for Jez to be on a curfew after this weekend.
Oh, my God.
What he does, he's going to be in a curfew from 3 o'clock, they hope. 3, 5, 6, and 3. His last 4 against the Blues. I'm getting $2.15 for Jeremy Cameron to kick 3. I'm happy to die on this hill. Sunday Arvo.
Yeah, it's a great
I've
leg.
got Jeremy Cameron
Yeah.
to kick 3 at $2.15. Give it to me.
Yeah, that's
he's a
fair.
star. He kicks 2 on Mitch McGovern every year. He'll
6
kick
on him.
1 on a Corky Wiedering and then 2 on Mitch McGovern.
I reckon it'd be Mitch McGovern's most hated matchup.
Usually it's Remember, it's usually Wiedering and Hawkins just clanging and
Clanging and
banging.
banging, yeah,
and
true.
then, so maybe...
Wiedering will just go to Shannon Neal and just teach him a lesson.
he will bath Shannon Neal.
Is Cowboy low-key cheeks?
He plays with oven
He
mitts
doesn't know how to mark.
What does he do at training?
We like
Good set shot, but
he just drops them.
No, we like Shannon. He's growing into the
Wheelchair,
role.
Yeah.
wheelchairs
I
for
love it. And
Shannon.
also went into the rolling 2:15. Too good to say no.
nice.
Just
It's a great leg.
currently standing at 20. Oh fuck, man.
Tally for 20,
Still champ.
Tobes for
I
2,
gotta-
Jess for 3.
Still chance.
In the truck, I got a who am I for you. If you
Here
can
we
just
go.
roll the stick.
Dun-dun.
No, lock it in, lads. I'm built like a schooner. I'm quicker than Dobe's last hinge date, and I'm shiftier than a fart in Bali. I kicked 4 against the Eagles and 2 under the lid last week. I've taken 2 9-fers in my career, and I once ran a 5. My last name rhymes with Burden. Who am I?
Uncle Herman.
He's not a player. Try again. Darts.
I'm
Come
going to
back to you, Jeff.
go with Ashley Hansen.
That's better.
That's hard. I've got no idea. It's got to be Jeffy Garlett.
Close. I'm Corey Durden.
Holy shit.
We are just
Dude.
taking him for one. He
Oh.
has turned into like Philip Matera in the last month.
The mark he took on the weekend.
It's unbelievable. I don't know where this bloke has come from and how he's done it, but we are just taking him for 1 goal
Nice.
at $1.50.
$1.50 so
Again,
good.
$1.50 for Durden with the form he's in compared to Jake String at $1.15.
Crazy.
So these are the numbers I'm talking about. As I said it in the Who Am I. I've taken 2 9-fers and I once ran a... Oh, no, wrong stats. I kicked 4 against the Eagles and 2 on the lid last
Nice.
night.
Once ran a 5.
In cricket.
Cricket.
Oh.
He just got lost in the long grass.
It's just athleticism.
I thought like a 5-minute mile.
Cause of Durden, $1.50, built like a schooner.
He is built like a schooner now, you mentioned. A little bit smaller. Boys, this man's built like a statue and moves like he's late to a boat party in Mykonos. He doesn't lead to the ball leads to him out of respect. If Zeus played footy, he'd still be on the bench behind Charlie Curnow. Boys, Charlie Curnow for 2 sausages at $1.44. He had a little bit of a slower start to the season, a little bit injury,
Yep.
had a bit of surgery, a couple of screws in, a couple of screws out, doing a bit of cardio against the Hawks. But Jev, we always said, Jez Cameron loves playing the Blues.
Yep.
He does. Charlie Curnow absolutely loves playing against Geelong. His last 4, 3-5, 3-5.
Loves it.
It's always a shootout between those two. So I can't wait. Didn't have to take him for 3, just for 2. He's not firing yet. But I think on the big game, MCG, he has to try and get going. 2 goals at $1.44, boys. I think on a Sunday leg, it's awesome value.
Yeah,
I agree.
Same thing. We always said, if you can ideally take your top 5 for a Coleman, they should be kicking 2 every week.
Yep.
they
Yeah,
should
definitely.
be kicking 2 every week. And you should be happy to put those guys in a multi. So $1.44, boys. Absolutely love
I
it.
think he's ready to bust one open too.
Yeah.
I know the Cats are good, but I think he personally is ready to bust one
I
open.
hope so. Bust one
Well,
open.
talking about on the roast, he
I'm ready to bust one open.
4-3 on the weekend, and he was just like, he was okay.
Yeah, yeah.
He's ready to start taking some contested marks, taking a couple of pack marks, going back and slotting them. Yeah, he's got a 7 around the corner.
I've got one here, boys. So things that just happen. Ben Keys kicking a snag in any game in 2025.
Yep.
True or not?
Yes.
True.
Your nan wearing a sundress at Christmas?
True.
I think we all believe, like, it just happens. True or not?
It is true.
And Sam Walsh getting 25 against the Cats at $1.45.
Is it really?
His last 4 against the Cats, he's been Herculean. 36, 33, 31, and 33.
That's a lot of touches.
Yeah, it's there.
He just does it.
Yep.
Yep.
Same as your nan.
Yep.
Same as Ben Keys kicking a goal in any game in 2025. So that's all I've got for you, boys. I think it's great intel. It's just perfect. So, by the way, the stats we get off StatMate, the jokes aren't on StatMate, but we're hoping the jokes eventually go to
Maybe
StatMate.
one day.
Of course. That would be great.
Joke, mate.
Wouldn't that help?
Joke. Just imagine
Listen, mate, there's
imagine
your app.
reading our notes.
Oh,
Gee, you couldn't.
No, you couldn't. All right, boys, then we're into the last game. So this is buried. Well, we thought it was in Tassie, but no, it's buried at Marvel. 440.
how much do I have to pay you to go to this?
Hawks, West Coast. Do you know what? It'd be fun. I'd have money in this points bet and I'd make some money. So I actually wouldn't mind
We
it.
got some
sharp
we
up
got
the
some-
touch.
We got some legs coming up.
Couple of 5 for 25.
Absolutely.
All right, boys, let's get into it. Hawthorn and West Coast. Jeff.
This bloke runs through West Coast like a double shot coffee and a hot beef vindaloo for breakfast.
Yo.
I'm taking James Warble for 20 at $1.35. He's played him 6 times in his career. He's had over 20 every goddamn time.
Yes, he has.
He averages 25 against the Eagles. He's had 28, 27, 27, and 27 his last 4 against the Birds. And I'm just taking him for 20 at $1.35. James Warple under the lid Sunday night against the Eagles, whose midfield is cheeks. $1.35 is better than Jake Stringer anytime.
100%.
20.
Cheek Neekum.
Why on earth is he $1.35?
I'm not sure. If you're feeling naughty, take him for 25. If you
Yeah,
naughty.
absolutely.
Yeah. So James Baldwin 20 at $1.35, Lewis.
And I reckon they need the percentage too.
Yeah.
Factored that in.
I have.
Thanks, champ.
You're a step ahead. I reckon it's a debutant this year, not of all time.
Here we go.
Carl Amon. Don't think he's been in this
No,
year.
he hasn't been this year. Here we
That's
go.
well done. Hey, we love,
Here we go,
love
baby.
debutants, only just this year, but 20 disposals, $1.29. He's in some serious form. Time just sort of stops when he's got the ball at the moment. He was really good on Monday, one of the only few Hawks that really did show up. 25 was really tempting in this. Had a look at the pack. You got a patchy Baker's month, to be fair. 29, 21, 21, 22, and 28.
It is patchy.
Up and down.
20.
Just 20.
Oh, they're all 20s.
Yeah, but wanted the 25.
Yeah,
and that's the thing.
Right,
and that's why
right.
it was a bit patchy. So good numbers there, a bit of a mixed bag. I think the value, though, is $1.29. That's pretty good for 20 touches.
Yep.
Big Carl Amon. He's a good player, the boy.
All right, so now before we get into the goal kickers, I just wanted to go over a little bit of stuff, boys. So the Hawks, what they do against bottom-ranked sides, usually against Tassie, but also at Marvel and in Victoria.
Yep.
So against bottom two teams, boys, against the Roos last year, they won by 124 points and they had 9 multiple goal scorers.
9 multiple goal kickers.
9 multiple goal scorers. Against the Tigers the week before that, they won by 131 points, had 5 multiple goal scorers.
That's a lot of
And against the Blues, they had 5 as well. So they like to spread the load. So I just want to start with the Spellbinder, the Sorcerer of the Supreme, the Charmcaster, the Mystic Marksman, the Goal Alchemist, the Shaman of the Sharon, the Pagan Puntmaster, the Magician of the Forward Pocket, the Cloaked Kicker, the Wand Wielder, the Arch Wizard of the Accuracy, the Phantom Finisher, the Male Witch, Nick Watson for 3 goals, boys. He would have been shattered that he missed that one. It was an absolute soda. 3 would have put it straight through. You can imagine. He would have done the grenade celebration again. It would have been awesome. But the Wizards' last 3 games in Victoria, so against the Pies, he kicked 3. Against the Tigers, he kicked 3. And against the Bombers in round 1, he kicked 3. So when he's your home team and he's in Victoria, his last 3, he's kicked 3. So we're going to put him in the multi, boys. We absolutely love him. So we're starting off with the Wiz as one of our multiple goal scorers.
That's a fucking rip of it.
Jeff?
I'll tell you who redheaded stepson's bad teams.
Who's that?
The man that wears a blimp as a beanie.
Holy
the
shit.
only man who hears this pod live because he can hear a mouse queef.
What?
Human Shrek himself.
Yup.
Jai goddamn Newcomb. I'm taking him for 30 touches. Bottom 3 teams in 2024, the man did this. Round 24 against North, 35 touches. Round 23 against Richmond, 33 touches. Round 16 against West Coast, 33 touches.
Nice.
Round 14 against Richmond, 26. Round 6 against North, 32. Against bottom 3 sides last year, he averaged 32 touches a game. Now he gets
He's a bully.
the West Coast Eagles in the Esky on a Sunday night, and I'm getting $2.10 for him to have 30.
That's awesome.
I'm taking
Yep.
Jai Newcomb for 30.
I love
he
it.
wears a blimp as a beanie. He's an enormous, man. He got tagged by Tom Atkins. He still walked off the field with 28 in the weekend.
He was tough. He was very inside on the weekend.
Tough. He did it the hard way. West Coast don't tag. I reckon he could brutalise them.
Let's think about this. The toughest trip in football right now, Hawthorn off a bad loss, and West Coast have to come all the way to the
All the
Esky,
way.
and then all the way back. That's
Yeah.
a tough trip.
On a Sunday night, that's the last place West Coast want to be.
The Hawks will have their way.
Yes.
With the
Yes.
sorry Eagles.
Yes.
Give me Jimmy Sicily. For $1.35.
Yep.
What I think's most interesting about the leg is we've been on him for 3 weeks in a row now. Started at $1.90 gather round.
Yep.
Come in last week. I think it was about $1.65.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say $1.70 and then into $1.35. And I'll just keep following it in.
Yes.
I'm not sure when I'll stop, but I'm going to keep going.
But it's $1.01.
Potentially. They call him Gastro. He gives teams troubles at both ends. Last week on Monday, this was a shocker. An all-time shocker. I felt for him a bit. That was just
He
one of those
had
ones.
a
It just did not fall for him.
Didn't.
But I think he will be dirty as your uncle's. I nearly said it. He'll stay out of trouble, but he will not be happy, and I think he'll rebound really well. $1.35, as you said about the multiple goals kick. I think this could be like a 14 single goal scorers. Like they're all having a lick of the ice cream, and $1.35 for Jim just to mope down is no worries.
Well done. I'm glad that we're backing him back in. You don't just throw someone out. It's like, let's get him in. 100%. Technically, he's still a pyramid player, so we've got to look after him.
Absolutely.
Now, give me the man that gives you more than just a present on Christmas Day. The man that gives you just more than a pat on the back
okay.
when you finish your maths exam.
I'm worried.
The man that gives your auntie a little bit more than a discount after just mowing her lawns. Give me Dylan Moore for two snags at $1.67. His last two, I'll try to tone it down so we don't cut out as many of my gags. His last two home games in Victoria, he's kicked 2 and 3, and he round 16 last year kicked 2 goals against the Weagles.
Oh, yeah.
He kicked 2. He's been a little bit missing. This is a get right game.
Definitely.
This is a get right game. Is this 100 points written all over it, boys?
Yep.
Yeah, this is a fill
This
your
is an
boots.
absolute schmacking. Tim Kelly doesn't want to come here for this game.
No. Tim Kelly doesn't like football.
Tim Kelly doesn't want to come
He
here.
likes football.
I think he said he wants to
Dylan
go
Moore.
back home again. So he wants to get traded to Fremantle.
Oh.
That's what I heard. He's like, I'm homesick. I want to go home.
Like, what is home?
No, Freo is just closer to his home. So
Jesus.
that's what I got told. So Dylan Moore for 2 is in there, boys. Another multiple goal kicker. Jev, anything else in this one?
All right, Sunday night, we're going to take some riskier legs.
Oh, okay.
Risky legs. But it ain't risky when you're a sharp. And this is sharp stuff. Connor McDonald for 2 goals at $2.50.
Jedi.
There's so many reasons I'm taking him. Firstly, he kicked 1 goal 3 and had 14 touches against the Cats on Monday and was livelier than your grandpa's Brazzers account.
Jesus.
He was on fire. 1 goal 3 could have easily been 3 goals 1 and this wouldn't have been a $2.50 leg. As Dar said, they had 9 different multiple goal kickers when they play shit sides.
Yeah.
And one of them was Connor McNuggets, who kicked 3 against whoever they beat by 100 points. He also kicked 2 against the Eagles in round 16 last year. What more do you want? McDonald 2, $2.50, Sunday leg.
Imagine your grandpa trying to punch in what he wants, just single digits on the laptop. His internet would be humming.
You're on the school holidays.
Yeah, with me.
Jesus. That's gone in, Jeff.
Lewis.
Well done, mate. I'm done. I'm finished.
I'm done.
legs.
I'm done as well.
I'm done. It's too good of a bet. It's
Jeff.
going in. Connor McDonald.
22 legs, Jev. 22 of the best.
Oh, I'm reading it out.
Jev, here we go. So points bet. What are we putting on it?
We have to put $9.66. So it's only $3.22 each, lads. $3.22 to win
Nice.
back $100,000 and $50.54. Starting with St Kilda Brisbane, Hugh McCluggage for 20 touches. Toby Green 2, Bont 20,
Bosh.
Finn Callahan 20, Josh Kelly 20. Matt Roberts for 20, Ben Long for 2.
Nice.
Mitch Georgiadis for 2, Paul Curtis for a goal, Jason Horn-Francis for 20.
Good legs.
Pat Dangerfield 2, Charlie Curnow 2. Did you read out Pat Dangerfield 2?
No, I didn't know it went in. It's a fucking great bet, though.
It's a great bet.
I send it to you on your notes.
Yeah, you would have. I'll have a look. Come back
Pat
to me.
Dangerfield 2. He kicks every week.
tell
He's
you
an
why.
absolute superstar.
He's just, you know why he's
He's
in.
a pyramid player. Pat Dangerfield 2, Charlie Curnow 2, Sam Walsh 25, Corey Durden anytime, Jeremy Cameron for 3.
Nice.
Dylan Moore 2, McDonald 2, Watson 3, Sicily anytime.
Come on.
Carl Amon 20, Jai Newcomb 30, James Warple 20.
Nice.
We need that game to be 80 plus points for that to hit.
Yep.
But we just want to be alive Sunday night with a chance.
Yeah.
I can't wait for 33, 34 and 35-year-old Bontempelli playing the danger role right now. Moore is a full forward and only playing like 30% midfield time and
great
still
call.
being the GOAT. He's
Can I say,
It's a great
he's on his way to his 9th and record-breaking All-Australian jacket. This is the role.
Mine would be awesome.
Is that a record breaker?
Yeah.
I think it's
There's like
I think it's
8 players with 8.
him, Buckley,
He deserves to
Franklin,
hold it.
Ablett 7
and
or
like
8.
Paul Roos.
He deserves to hold that record. He should be a Brownlow medalist. He's not. But
Yeah, he
that's
is.
He is.
One a Brownlow. Danger.
I'm talking about Bont. How good's Bont?
Yeah, he's so good. We're talking about danger.
That's awesome. All right, that's 100K multi.
Danger.
I can't believe we've got more pod after this. You guys, let's go to
We got,
I'm delirious.
We got some good stuff. All right, that's the round 7 multi. Coming up next, we got the world's famous ramble. We'll be right back. All right, guys, you've made it this far. Thank you so much. If you can do us a massive favor, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. And if you want to get involved with the community a lot more with our Patreon and Discord, the link is in the link tree. Only $2 a week. You guys can be involved in absolutely everything. So we've got all of our footy chats, all our best bets, future bets for the entire year. It is awesome. But again, thank you so much for listening. Like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Cheers. All right, boys, we are back. We are back for part 3, the third phase of the multi. Morgs,
phase of football.
Morgs, hit the stinger. It's time for the ramble.
It's a soulful tune, this one. Boys in the truck.
All right, Jev, I believe you're about to cook. Flint Topics himself. He's about to sharpen up. We have no idea what this segment is. He told us he's about to cook, so let's go, Gordon.
Lads, my name in the ramble is now Patrick Unners Club, and I'm here for blokes who need help in their punters club this week.
Yeah.
If you need help in your punters club.
Me.
Melbourne Richmond, we're getting a bet return and we're having 20 on the multi of Petrarca 20-1, Clary 25-1. I know Clary hasn't kicked a goal this year, but $3 is too good. He's due.
Yep.
You're either winning or you're getting a bet return.
Yep.
That multi pays $5.74, so we'll turn 20 into $114 and heaps of high fives from your mates in your punters club
100%.
or a bonus bet. But
I'll have it.
so your 20 turns into $114. Bang, half your 114, $57 for Anzac Day, $57 in the kitty. We're having 57 on merit for 30-1
Yep.
and to go to kick 2.
Okay.
We're getting $12.84 for that multi. It's
a nice price,
Merit
Jeff.
31. We're having 57 on that. Gets us $737 back.
Yep.
Fucking
Now
hell.
we're talking about Vegas trips in the punters
Yeah,
club.
absolutely.
Googling accommodation for the Super Bowl.
hey.
Hands are sore from the high fives. We bank 500 of that 737 and we take the other 237 and it's a free swing at Friday Night Football.
great.
Freo Adelaide in the West.
Shohei Ohtani.
We're
So
going
pumped.
Sarong for 30, Isaac Rankin for 20, and whoever Brennan Cox is playing on to kick 2.
What's a live bet?
Who I reckon will be Tex Walker.
Oh,
so
Dad.
we're taking Sarong for 30,
Yep.
Rankin for 20, Tex for 2. That gets us $3.57. So we're having 237 on that to get back $846.
You've clocked it.
Now you've banked your 57 Thursday night, you've banked $500 during the day, and you've added another $846. You've won the Punters Club $1,400. You're now a Punters Club legend. The boys are booking the Bellagio. The boys are making Puss A Patrol t-shirts.
Yep.
I'm Patrick Hunters Club, and that was not gambling advice for your Punters Club this weekend. Gamble responsibly, fellas.
Like, thank you.
We're gonna make a blueprint.
What happened? Sorry, I just blacked out for a bit.
No, you're right. We're gonna make
Missed
it.
the fucking.
Now, boys. Now we usually get into the ramble, which is the Thursday, Friday night game. So we've got one Thursday and we got 2 on Friday. So I'm gonna kick us off. So in the off season, boys, I did a tutorial on how to make a like an algorithm for betting. So you put in the stats, but I couldn't.
Seriously, or-
I did.
Got a fire in you, have you?
Yeah, but I couldn't because I had to wait for like 6 games, so they've all played
Okay.
a few home and away, and it's finally kicked in.
Yes, I've been waiting for this.
It has finally kicked in,
Zing.
boys. So I didn't do like players or win. All I did was total match points. So that's all we're betting with. So we're going the line. So
Okay.
I punched it in, boys. Melbourne versus Richmond. Each of the last 8 night matches between Melbourne and Richmond, Jev, they've gone under the total match points. The total match points is 175. I plugged in both teams into my algorithm, and it's my model is saying 169.73 points.
It's a whole goal.
So we're taking the under.
I love that.
We're taking the under.
Okay.
The next game, Collingwood Essendon. I found the insights.
Are you putting this in?
I'll go.
No, I've already put them on.
Thank you.
Each of Essendon's last 5-day matches at the MCG have gone over the total match points. That is a stat that I found. It's 160.5. My model, when I put it in, said that these two teams were going to punch out a total of 167.4 points. That is over. So we're going to be taking
the line's 160 here, so it's a whole nother goal the other way.
So we're taking the over. And then I couldn't find any stats on Freo Adelaide, but the total is 177.5. My model says it's going to be 191.83 points. So you better
two
believe
whole
we're
goals.
taking the over.
Wow.
So for those 3,
over.
so we're getting $6.89.
That is-
I'm interested to see if the model wins. The first game, Melbourne-Richmond, you're taking the under.
Yep.
Every other game is the over, apart from the last game. So it's almost like a sandwich.
I love
so
it.
the first and last game are under. Everyone take the over.
So St Kilda Brisbane over, Port North over,
Yep.
GWS Dogs over,
Yep.
Gold Coast Sydney,
Yep.
Carlton Geelong over,
Yep.
Hawthorn West Coast under 180 and a
Yep,
half.
so that pays 322 to
What's
1.
that going to be 150 to 30
Look at
or
this,
something?
Jeb.
probably.
I have no idea if this works, but we're going to try. And also, I'm going to tease all
I'll
these.
be-
So these are all $1.90 legs, roughly.
Yep.
I'm going to tease all these
$1.40?
into $1.30s.
Okay.
And just see if we get a win from the algo.
I'm going to have a little
The best thing
fiver
about
on
it is
this.
we'll throw it in the Discord. Let's see how the Thursday, Friday goes.
Yeah. Imagine if it gets up.
322 to 1 for the whole weekend.
Yep, for the whole
under
weekend.
to start and under to finish, over for the rest. I'll
Yep.
have a sneaky 5
The
on that
model
for
is
us.
either Jen Hawkins or me.
No.
So we'll see.
Nah.
He's a sock model, this bloke.
I model belts.
And burkers.
Oh, this show.
So that's my intel that I've actually got for the ramble. Melbourne, Richmond. Boys, I'm going to try and dig myself out of a hole here. Zip and 6, Dobe Thursdays. But what I'm thinking, Jev, what I'm
You're
thinking,
that cold. I'm
HR
1-5.
zip and 6.
it has to be
I need you to beat me.
It has to be 20-1 Petrarca against Richmond. It has to. Clary has to get 25. and I'm just thinking Cozzy has to kick 2. That will get me over
Could
$3.
Cozzy get Nick Vlossenden?
I think he might get up the ground a little bit more.
Can I make
quick.
a suggestion?
Yes.
I think you need to veer.
Yeah, don't bet on the best players.
But
Let's go left to centre.
But go form. See, did Bobby Hill kick 2 against the Lions?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, and because they pumped him.
Late every last.
Yeah.
Ashcroft didn't have 20.
And I didn't love the Bobby Hill bit, but it won. So credit to you. Veer, but with stats. So not he will have 2. He has had 2 the last 4. You just didn't know it. Classic example was Tommy Atkins on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
$1.90 he paid for 20.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
had it
it's
for
a
the
good
last
leg.
4
Good
weeks.
Good leg.
It was just because it's Tommy Atkins.
Bobby was $1.87.
That's a great bet. No, full credit to you. I just think
Seth Campbell direction.
Yeah, for $2 I can just
Sammy
see.
Layla direction.
No.
Jacob Hopper way.
Nah, we're close.
and Dobe Thursday. HR zipping 6.
I could pay a nation this week.
To be fair,
Jesus.
you're only 3 wins out from out of the hole. You get 3 and
No,
6
Jeff,
even.
you don't understand. I've been doubling and tripling. This gets me out.
He's like laddering himself. So he
This
only
gets
needs one
me.
win.
This gets me back to plus money.
Responsibly, of course.
Of course, no one else do it, but this could pay a nation this week. So that's all I've got for the ramble. Do you have anything else? Any insight?
You got
Anzac
anything for the
Day?
ramble?
Well, we've got to have a look at Collingwood Essendon.
I
Anzac Day.
have an Anzac Day medalist.
We've got to have an Anzac Day medalist. We've got to have a look at Anzac. This game, I think
It's Nick or Zach, isn't it?
you have to take the points, do you not, for the Bombers? No, not
26 and a half.
26 on Anzac Day. You hear it
yeah,
every
it
at
was
the
a
start
draw
of
last year.
every broadcast. You go, no matter where they are on the ladder, it's always a
always
cracker.
fun, yeah.
26 points we're getting. I'm happy to ride that in.
Yeah.
I reckon Sam Drum's going to have a real crack on Nick Dacos. He's
Okay.
competitive enough.
You might still have 33 and 2.
I know, and he'll just win the medal. But he's 375, so it's either Dacos or any other player on the field.
Yep.
I love Merritt at 10. Let's go find some value. Go buy some value, lads. I'll go
love it.
first then.
Okay.
Jamie Elliott at 34 to 1. He kicks 5.
nice. Yep.
He kicks 5 and has 14 possessions. He's on Andy McGrath and he's just licking his lips.
Yep.
Yeah, you go, Morgs.
Give me Jack Crisp at 26. 28 and 2 he has.
28 and 2 for Crew Rugby.
This man could just be known as the middleman, Bobby Hill. Why
Bobby
not?
Hill for 5.
Yeah.
That's what Jack Ginnivan did that grand final, that Anzac Day.
He's won a Norm Smith.
What about Darcy Cameron playing on Todd Goldstein?
Old Sexy Squidward.
He's good.
Whoever sent that in, credit to you. I forget who you are. I'm
26
sorry.
to 1 for Darcy Cameron. He could give Todd Goldstein an absolute bar.
Hey, Barthio or
and
Baggio?
try and find one Essendon player that tickles your fancy.
I'm sorry, but Zach Merritt at 10. They're favourite at 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. That's what I think. I think he's the best bet on the board.
If they go head to head, he has 30 and 2.
That's the best bet on
and
the
they
board.
lose by 3 points. He
What
wins.
about Jackson Pryor at 250 to 1?
I've never heard of him, but he made it.
Ben Mackay, Ben Hobbs, Nate Caddy at 100 to 1. Could he kick 6?
No.
He's not that good, is he? He's a bit of a
Oh, yeah, he's okay. Credit to
He's
him.
mid-ish.
Isaac Kako at $201. Out of the box.
Yeah, like a DeGoey 5.
Out of the box, Kako!
Kakovic. Glenn Kakovic.
I think it's either Merritt at 10
Yep.
or shop a bit of value with the Pies players.
Yep.
DeGoey 15,
Yeah,
could
definitely.
kick 4.
We got one more, but we have to talk about it because it's not in the multi. What's that night game?
Fremantle, Adelaide.
This feels like a game that doesn't happen.
It's actually
Tell
that's
me
a
the
great
history
call.
of Freo Adelaide, apart from the time 5 and Danger went head to head.
Danger had 29 contested possessions.
Yeah, and 5 was awesome as well.
29
Right.
contested possessions.
I'll start us off. Josh Tracy for $2, $1.35. Jennifer Lopez for $2 at $1.60.
Who?
Taylor Walker.
Nice.
They age the same.
Could you see Tracy Thilthorpe?
Oops.
Are you still going? You just stopped.
Oops.
You just stopped.
Do you know why? I nearly said Jai miss.
Okay.
But no, thank
You had your fingers up.
No, I didn't. I pulled out. Make this show better, quick.
Could you see Tracy, Thilthorpe, Walker, Keys, Amiss,
Dudley.
Bolton, Rankin, and Frederick all kicking 2?
All kicking 1.
Yeah, one will be short. I can see Frederick kicking 3.
I like laddering. I reckon Daniel Curtin could kick 3 on Brendan Cox if he gets the matchup.
Anyone on Brennan Cox.
If Fogarty doesn't play, Curtin becomes the 3rd tall, he could kick 5 on Brendan Cox.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah,
let's put a bow on this
Let's
one.
put a bow on it. Quickly, WrestleMania. Awesome. You're still champ.
Awesome, 17 times champ.
What a mania.
Unbelievable. Some blokes in the Discord made some real good money on the wrestling, and we asked PointsBet to get that up, and that was bloody fun. So we're gonna work on that. Finally, we're bringing back Almost Footy Legends. It is coming. If it's not you, let the footy club know. What I'm gonna do as well, I'm gonna work out a prize for the footy club.
It's a year supply of pies. It's just $100.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but you personally, if you win, you get a year's supply of 4 and 20. Thanks to 4 and 20 as well for coming on board. Didn't have to do this. They didn't know that they did, but Thanks to him. Year supply of pies is basically a greenback.
Thanks to 4 and 20.
It's $100. But send it in. Let a mate know. If you take a hanger, send it in. We want to get it going viral.
Year supply of chunky steak, horse meat. It's just $100 note. You can do whatever you want with it. They actually haven't jumped on board. But they're on board, boys. We are calling it Blues by 11 in an absolute cracker.
Tom McCartan to play in the back line, please, for God's sake. Swans just win by a goal. They don't butcher it as they usually do.
And Domi is the Intercontinental Champion. Chile! Baby back ribs. Arriba.
What are you prepared to lose today? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.